So I've owned my NIO EC6 for 1,000 days now. Wow, it's been that long already. And I really want to share with you my ownership experience of owning a NIO, how it has changed my life, and why you should get a NIO in general. Use my invite code LEGPC7 in Europe, or scan this invite code with WeChat here in China and test drive the car. You guys will not regret it. And you guys also get bonus NIO points if you use my referral codes. Let's start off with the delivery experience. I mean, I still remember my delivery experience as if it was yesterday. It was such a pleasant experience. The sales reps were all very professional. They made sure the car was fully charged, very clean, make sure that you checked everything. And of course, with this car, there were no panel gaps whatsoever. And you had a specialist inside the car explaining to you all the features of the car, spending over 40 minutes just talking to you about everything, from how to get in the car, the keys, etc., setting your profiles, all that good stuff. Now, before I talk more about the car, I want to talk about ownership, what it means to own a NIO. As a NIO owner, you have exclusive access to NIO houses. And now the first floor is a showroom. The second floor is a club area, a NIO owner exclusive club area where you can rest, enjoy a cup of coffee, do your work. And there's a joy camp. At every NIO house, there's a joy camp, a place where kids can play. And my son absolutely loves the joy camp there. All the joy camps, his lights just lights up every time we go to a joy camp, and then he's pointing at his shoes. He knows he needs to take off his shoes. He's super happy. I've never seen him that happy before. And it's just a big, nice area that you can feel at home while you're not at home. And right now, there's over 134 NIO houses all over the world, most of them in China. And with that, you're able to have that as a secondary home almost wherever you go. And mind you, they also have fantastic drinks over there. And the NIO houses in general just hasn't only made me very happy, but it has made my son very happy. So that really matters a lot to me. What's very different with NIO is that with other car brands, after you've purchased a car, they're pretty much done with you. Go away, don't talk to us. And usually if the customers do talk to them, it's some trouble, something wrong. But with NIO, even after buying the car, you're part of the family now. You're part of this whole entire community, this whole entire group. And NIO really just wants to make sure that you have a very good experience. One thing that NIO does every year is they give out wine to everyone, every single NIO owner, as a gift to express their gratitude to every single NIO owner for supporting the company. Here is the bottle of wine that I got from NIO for free. This is for inviting people to test drive the car and take a look. NIO Life over here. And I also got a very nice little carrying bag with this. And then NIO is giving every single NIO owner this bottle of wine. Actually, there's 4 different variants of it. And here it says NIO owner exclusive. And over here in the back, it says NIO Life as well. NIO Life on the top. And you also get a very nice little postcard. Very cool, with a handwritten message. Nice. And this, of course, makes all the NIO owners very happy as well. And then, of course, at the NIO houses, every single NIO house, you have weekly NIO events that you can participate in, whether it's more like artistic stuff, building something, maybe building a hat for Nomi, or building a purse, or doing some artwork, or it could be educational stuff like learning design, etc., etc. And it's not only limited to within the NIO house. Some of these events are outside of NIO houses. For example, they also host basketball tournaments, gaming tournaments, sometimes some environmentally friendly activities. For example, go and plant a tree, bring your kids there and we can all plant a tree. These kind of fun activities for NIO owners to participate in. Now, I have to be very honest, I haven't charged in 1.5 years. Why? Well, because I just do battery swap all the time. This is another factor that has really changed my life as well, because it's not only cheap and fast, it's also convenient because you don't have to get out of the car. It's automatic. I don't have to touch any of the chargers, which might be heavy or might be dirty, or get out when it's raining or snowing. So I've been swapping basically once a week almost, and I've swapped a total of 171 times so far. And I'm probably going to get a swap later on today as well. And it's become a way of life. And what's very apparent is the amount of time saved. I don't have to allocate time to battery swapping. It's basically swap and go, and NIO keeps track of how much time you've saved. And for me personally, I've saved 4 days, 8 hours, and 23 minutes of time compared to charging. So if I were to charge instead of battery swapping, I would have spent that much more time. And of course, with battery swap, there's the added ease of mind that, you know, my battery is not going to degrade. I don't have to worry about battery degradation, and I can always upgrade to the higher capacity battery, rent a bigger capacity battery for a day even, and be able to drive further wherever I want to go. Now, speaking of services, there's so many services to talk about. For example, one tap for charge. These are for the very busy NIO owners that don't even have time to go do a battery swap or charge the car. You do that, and then a technician will have remote NFC access, temporary access to your car, be able to unlock your car through the B pillar over here, put their phone over here, and they'll be able to drive your car, charge it or swap it to full, drive it back, and then they will close the door and lose access to the car. And that's basically what it is. You save time and your car is fully charged. There's also dedicated driver, which is basically the same thing, but you tell him where you want to go and he can drive the car for you. You don't even have to be in the car. You can be in another place or another country. Same thing, temporary access. You can send NIO to drive your car to pick up someone at the airport or pick up the kids, etc. There's roadside tire patching. You pop a tire, you scratch a tire, it's deflated. You call roadside tire patching, and then someone will come with the tire patching van with tires inside and patch up your tire, or get you a new tire because they have spare tires in the back of the van. And then maintenance and repairs in general. If your car needs servicing, one tap for service. Same deal. You don't have to be in the car itself. You don't have to drive the car to the service center. NIO has a driver that does that for you. Get temporary access, drive your car to the service center, fix it up, wash your car, charge it to full, and drive it back. I mean, that's just amazing. And what's even more crazy is that if for any reason repair, and this is only for repairs, all right, if repair work takes longer than a day, then you get a temporary loaner vehicle. And if you decide to reject that loaner vehicle, you can actually get NIO points, which, you know, is just crazy, because it means, you know, NIO's taking too long to fix your car and you're being compensated with NIO points. I mean, they just take customer satisfaction to the next level. Of course, if you get into an accident, you can get a NIO specialist to help you take care of everything and not waste your time. And you can do whatever you were originally scheduled to do. And the NIO specialist handles everything. You also have your 24-hour dedicated concierge group on the NIO app, which allows you to basically ask questions, get help if needed, etc., etc. 24 hours. Anytime you ask them a question, they're going to be there to answer it. Now, finally, on the car itself, NIO has excellent service nonetheless, but they also have excellent quality product. The car itself, either steel aluminum frame hybrid or full aluminum frame body. My car has full aluminum frame body. It's built like a tank. All right, and of course, NIOs all have 5-star safety ratings. So in that aspect, you don't have to worry about safety at all. I did get into one minor accident in the past, but the frame of the car is just super strong. There were no scratches to the paint. It was just the outside protective transparent wrap that got a little scuffed up, but that's it, nothing else. In terms of driving dynamics for the car, because the head engineer used to be from BMW, this car does drive a lot like a BMW. My mother used to have a BMW and it drives very similar, like the amount of road feel you get, and the steering wheel is very true to life. I just love that. And then also the acceleration and braking is very linear, very nice. You always feel like you have control over the car and you can get the car to do what you want it to do. The overall quality of the car is just superb. And even after 1,000 days, no big problems with the car whatsoever. Now, I did experience one interesting little problem, and that is the fact that there were some clicking sounds, boom, 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 at the back of my car, the trunk. And that had something to do with apparently the bass on the speakers, the bass speakers being a bit too overpowering and over voltage, something like that. And the simple fix was to unplug it and that sound stopped. And by the way, the sound system on my car is pretty overwhelming in terms of the bass, so unplugging it actually made the music more pleasant for me. But for me, in general, that is a one-off situation. And I haven't unplugged, you know, I gotta be very transparent. And I have no intention of plugging that bass speaker back in, that subwoofer back in. But overall, you don't really see NIOs have that many problems. And even if there was a problem with the car and it's not caused by you, NIO's warranty pretty much covers it. Just tell them what the problem is and they'll fix it for you. And then you have the voice assistant in this car, which is also very nice, Nomi, which can also just do all sorts of tasks for you. Combine that with the NIO amp, which has a lot of remote control functions, preheat the car or pre-cool the car, all very, very nice. And the most interesting thing is, of course, NIO's constant firmware upgrade. The car actually gets better. Now, actually, just today, they released a couple new updates for all NT 1.0 cars. So first gen cars in general. And that is, of course, you have better suspension tuning, making the car even smoother than before, which is just absolutely insane. And the other aspect about NIO, which is quite different from other companies, is the fact that you can get upgrades for the car, not just battery upgrades with battery swap, but also, for example, the screen. If you don't have Nomi, you can get upgrade Nomi. If you have cloth interior, you can upgrade to microfiber interior. If you have the slower processing chip, you can upgrade to the faster processing chip. If you only have 4G, you can upgrade to 5G. That's pretty insane. So it really makes the product last much longer and much more viable and much better as a purchase decision, in my opinion, compared to all the other cars, EVs, because with those, battery health is going to become a liability, and of course there's no upgrade options for anything inside the car, so it's going to become old very fast. Overall, I am super satisfied with this car. If I had to give this car a score out of 10, I would give it a 9.7. all right, very happy with this car, and it can probably last me another 10 plus years, no problem. So I recommend you guys to at least go and test drive both a NIO and whatever you're considering and see the differences for yourself. All right, and use my invite code. It's going to get you bonus NIO points if you do so. Of course, I do not regret buying this car. Fantastic vehicle. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.